So I've been contemplating making this video for a little while now because I don't know. I'm a really honest person, and I like to look at the real things in life, even though it can be hard sometimes and it can like trigger bad memories, but I feel like, you know, you need to like look at the bad stuff sometimes just to see how good your good stuff actually is. This video is kind of about cutting, I guess. There's a lot of people that have struggled with it too, and you know, for a lot of different reasons, and a lot of people are like so quick to judge them, and they don't really understand the scenarios and situations that they've been in where I wouldn't say it's plausible because it's not really a good thing to do, but where they felt like it was okay in that time. So I just kind of want to clear up some misconceptions about it, and maybe even talk about some things you can do to prevent yourself from doing it either once or doing it again. I actually used to have a really bad cutting problem. It started about like 8th grade and went till about like last year. I've been sober for 6 months, which is really awesome. I actually don't even really remember the last time I did it, to be honest. But yeah, it's hard to get over because it does kind of get addicting once you start. Like it's something that's hard to stop if you're used to it, especially if you're an emotional person. Some things that people don't get about it, a lot of people think that people cut for attention, and most of the time that is not true. You know, there's several reasons why people do that. One, they're just in a lot of pain. They just don't see any other options at that time, which is really sad and it sucks. But yeah, I don't feel like anyone should ever judge anyone for doing that, because really they're hurting enough, you know? Like, hurting them more isn't gonna help anything. So another thing is, people a lot of times when they see cuts on other people, they like to be really nosy. This hasn't happened to me, luckily, but I know it's happened to a lot of other people where people just come up to them and been like, oh, what's that? Or like, oh, are you a razor freak or something? Like, that's not cool, you know? Most people aren't like, they see a sharp object and they're like, yes, this is awesome. Like, most people feel like shit after it, you know? So making them feel worse isn't gonna help anything. And most times people cut because they hold a lot in, and letting their emotions out in front of people is hard. So if you try to talk to them about it, it can make it even worse for them. I would say don't talk to someone that cuts about them cutting unless they've talked to you first, or if it looks like so bad to the point where they're going to like die if they keep it up. I mean like wrists like slit sort of way. Like if it's just, you know, I mean, people do need help when they cut, but usually if people have been cutting for a while, then they're cutting. They're not planning to commit suicide. That's just what I've learned from it. But yeah, it's sort of, they think of it as their business, most of the time anyway. And, you know, it's a situation that they don't like bring up to other people because they feel bad about it. I've known a lot of people that have done it worse than I have. When I started, I actually didn't even like really break skin that much. Like I would never bleed when I started doing it just because I don't know. I wasn't in it to really hurt myself that much. I was just really in it to try to like numb myself, which sounds pretty crazy, but being completely honest about it, yeah, the thoughts that were going through my head at that time were, I mean, I don't want to put excuses towards it, but people had been treating me really bad, so I felt like I wasn't that valuable anyway, so if I was doing this, that it didn't really matter. But I've learned that it does, and everyone is valuable, and, you know, everyone means something to at least one other person. So I guess I just want to say, for whoever out there does have this problem, you're not alone. And, you know, if you ever need any advice or help through it, I'm here, and there's probably other people that are there too if you really look hard enough. I know it's hard to see that sometimes, but it's true. So some things I do now to distract myself from that. I do still get sad a lot. I'm just kind of an emotional person, but what I like to do is turn that sadness into creativity, which I think I've said in another video before, but I like to write music or stories or make paintings that just reflect whatever I'm feeling so that it can be taken out of me and put onto something that's meaningful. I know that not everyone is creative, but, you know, even if you write or if you paint, you don't have to do it for anyone else but yourself. Like, if you don't want anyone to see what you made, it's totally fine. Like, I was like that. Also, other things you can do. I watch a shit ton of movies, as you probably know. Those always make me feel better. You can just escape into the illusion of the film on the screen, and it's amazing. Music is really awesome. I listen to music all the time, as you could probably hear in the background. Maybe not right now, but in some of my other videos. But yeah, try to listen to like happier, or at least like moderately happy music, because a lot of times if you listen to sad music, it can just make you think, and that's the worst thing to do when you're really sad. I've learned that the hard way too. Also, it's good to surround yourself by a lot of people, which I know can be hard for some people. I have really bad anxiety, so I know that it can be difficult sometimes. But as long as you're around a really close friend or family, or you just go out to the movies or something like that, it can totally change your night. It can totally change your mood. And, you know, it can relieve you for at least the 2 hours or whatever you're gone, at the very least, you know? Don't lock yourself alone in your room, because that never really gets you anywhere. It's not very productive. And yeah, just try to have fun, because this is the only life you got, so live it up. I guess this video had a lot of advice, but I'm gonna try to come up with some more, because why not? You guys are awesome. I guess the advice I have for today is, don't ever think you're alone, because you always have someone. It could be friends, it could be family, it could be someone you meet on the internet. It could be me if you want. I mean, I'm here to help. That's what I kind of made this whole channel for. But yeah, don't ever feel like it's just you against the world, because, you know, the truth is there are a lot of people that are feeling just like you. And if you team up together, you know, there's nothing that can stand in your way. Alright, so I guess that's all. See you guys later.